Good morning. This is my African endangered animal presentation. The common name for bongo antelope is bongo antelope, and the scientific name is Tragelaphus euryceus. Bongo's origin is sub-Saharan Africa, so that's why they live in Kenya. Bongos live in high mountains because it provides everything that they need to survive. Bongos are Africa's largest forest antelope. Bongo antelope diets are very unique. They are herbivores that crave salt and other minerals during the night. This is the taxonomy for a bongo. It is important to save endangered animals because they play an important role on Earth. People can help by leaving territories for them to live peacefully with their families. Here are my resources. Thank you for listening.
African Endangered Mammal Presentation. The African Wild Dog by Ava Westbrook-Hall. The African wild dog's scientific name is Lycaon painted wolf in Greek and Latin. The name refers to its multi-fur pattern, which includes hues of red, black, brown, white, and yellow. The African wild dog is commonly referred to as a Cape hunting dog or painted wolf because of their multi-fur. These days, African wild dogs typically roam the open plains and sparse woodlands of the sub-Saharan Africa. Their largest population can be found in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tanzania, and Mozambique. The African wild dog makes use of dens which are often abandoned aardvark or warthog holes. These dens are quite large, and the wild dogs usually repair or revamp these abandoned homes. Studies have shown that packs of wild dogs usually return to the same den every year, but only if it's vacant. The African wild dog is the bulkiest and most solidly built of African canines. The species stands 60 to 75 centimeters at the shoulders, measures 71 to 112 centimeters in head and body length, and has a tail of 29 to 41 centimeters. Adults have a weight range of 40 to 79 pounds. African wild dogs are carnivores. They are predators that hunt in a wide variety of prey, including antelopes, warthogs, wildebeest calves, rats, and birds. African wild dogs have a success rate around 80% when hunting, which is higher than other predators like lions and leopards. The highest success rate is largely due to their teamwork. A pack of wild dogs will hunt together to capture their prey. They often approach their prey silently and then chase it in pursuit, clocking up to 41 miles per hour for 3 miles. This is my taxonomy for the African wild dog. How can individuals contribute to the conservation status of the African wild dog? The African wild dogs and their habitats are being protected by groups including Wildlife Conservation Society, the Endangered Wildlife Trust, and the African Wild Dog Conservancy. You may assist these organizations' conservation efforts by making a donation or giving your time to them. Why is it important to save endangered animals? If we don't save endangered animals soon, our ecosystem will collapse. Without one animal, the ecosystem for the environment will start to fail. Overpopulating of one animal or too little of another animal. And these are my resources.
The African Aardvark, presentation made by Olivia Mitchell, grade 8. The scientific name for aardvark is Orycteropus aphid, and the common name for the aardvark is aardvark. The name aardvark means earth pig. Humans have coexisted with aardvarks for some time, but they earned their name when Dutch colonists landed on the southern tip of Africa in the middle 17th century. The indigenous tribes of this region had their own name for their aardvarks, but that has been lost to history. Aardvarks live in sub-Saharan Africa, more specifically in savanna, where suitable habitat and food is available. Aardvarks can be seen in grasslands, bushlands, savannas, and even the occasional mountain range. The only habitat aardvarks avoid are swamps, lowlands, where they can't burrow their holes as deep as they need to without hitting water. The aardvark weighs up to 145 pounds and measures up to 7.2 feet long. The aardvark's ears are 9.5 inches long, and the heavy long tail is 28 inches long. An aardvark can eat as many as 50,000 ants or termites in a single evening. With its strong claws, the aardvark can rapidly open a cement-hard termite mound. The aardvark's nose is squeezed shut to keep out flying dust, and the sticky tongue extending to nearly 12 inches is then used to catch small insects. Aardvark eats its bugs whole, using a muscle in its stomach to chew and digest the ants and termites it eats. This is my taxonomy. The aardvark is the only species in the family Orycteropodidae and the only living member of order Tubulidentata, meaning tube teeth. It's important to save endangered animals because without them, the world will go out of balance. Every being needs each other to survive, and if an animal species dies, then that means another animal's food source would be gone, eventually resulting in the extinction of that animal too. That will keep happening over and over till there are no living animals left on the planet, and that's just sad. It would also cause a huge impact on humans. No, we do not need to eat meat, but most of the population would most likely have drawback issues, and some people might not get the nutrients that they need to live. One way people can contribute to conservation efforts is by donating money to groups that help keep the animals alive and places that work to build reserves for endangered animals. Here's my references.